I'm doing. Now everybody knows. Yeah, I didn't go. It's actually for I didn't
Right, back to sit on your lap.
That's why I said who uses that one. It's really good. I like it system.
No, it's alright.
No, go for it.
I need a wee keep drinking.
Chop him up, Chris. Chop him up.
Yeah.
shooting, Chris.
Well done, Chris. Get out, mate. Yeah, you know,
Okay, welcome back. We've got the round 32 of the Open plate commencing. Left table, we've got Daniel Thorp versus Michael Cacciola from South Australia. Third round, first to 5. Moment, Chris Beagley's just having a bit of a head up there, waiting for Jason to arrive. Thorpy's taken Yellow's hair off mixed by break. And they're all looking on very nicely for him, so you actually expect him to go, oh, commentator's curse. He's just absolutely butchered that. Doesn't look like Mick's got an easy opener here. Oh, sorry, he's got the 2 in the middle. So he's got the 2 in the middle there. He's got a little bit of work to get around these 2 that are nestled next to the black. Maybe he's going to take this bottom in the middle, and oh, goes the other way. Still got a little bit of work to do with these 2. He's just going to go to cover. Oh, going for it. Going to try and get that red out off that's closest to the balk on the left-hand side. Maybe in the next shot. Or it's fairly well positioned that Thorpe hasn't got the pot onto either of those. Pretty clean. If you weren't listening before, these tables are playing very quick. It's very warm in here. So balls are probably running a little bit more. I'll probably get a little bit more of a feel at playing in the singles because they're only playing 1 out of 24 frames in the teams event, whereas here they've got to play, if it goes all the way, 9 frames. Yeah, Michael's left himself a little bit awkward here. This bottom red, he's looking at that to go into the bottom left. It's the only shot he's got, but then he's going to kick the black up the table. So hopefully he doesn't get himself out of position too much. Oh no, he's gone the other way. That's a good shot. Thorpe's really only got 1 pot on, and that's the ball down this end of the table up to the top right. But then it's just a matter of where he's going to leave himself. Meanwhile, on the other table, they're just about to start, and they've lagged, and it looks like Chris has got that, yes. He's going to have to give this a little bit to get the run through. Oh, stuns it nicely. He's got one of the 2 up the top left. Probably take the one on the extreme left and then run across the table. He's looking where he can finish up on this bottom left one here. So he's thinking 2 or 3 shots in advance. And for the inexperienced players, that's what these guys do. Thorpe now multi-Victorian representative and Australian representative, actually back into 2016 when we won the world title. And he's trying a little bit too hard. He's left it good position, but wow, that was a bit of a mare, that one. Meanwhile, on the other table, Chris has flown the white and dumped the black. Now, I'm not quite sure. Chris, can you do that again? Yep, so Jason's not terribly happy about that. He was walking to the table to clean up and the black ball's dropped, so that's the game of pool for you. Right, so Michael's just run off that red in the middle and left Thorpe a shot on. Right, Chris Beagley to break, take 2. Oh, that's only just made it in there, Thorpe. He's been having some good matches in the rounds of the teams, but maybe that little break has just got him a little bit stale. So how does he go here? Does he take the one up the top right and then try and come back for a bit more of an angle on this one, or is he going to take this one down the rail and try and hold it to take the top yellow over to the top right? Yep, he's held that very nicely. Now he's going to probably try and get back to where he is now, or maybe a little bit more towards the centre of the table. So then he's got the a little bit of an angle off that bottom yellow. And it's just a matter of holding it so he's got the black into the middle right, or is he going to come back out and bring it down to the bottom right? No, he's played that well. Meanwhile, Jason's at the table and looks like he's taking reds, and thought he should finish off here. Yep, he'll be glad that one's out of the way. He's played a couple of nasty shots there where he's missed up the top, and Michael's actually let him back in. So Thorpe goes up 1 zip with him to break. Big shout out to the commercial club. If you haven't seen the setup here, I'll try and take some photos and put them up on the Cloth Sports page on Facebook. But 4 tables in here in the arena. It's all boarded off, all fenced off, so no one can get in there. So the players have got a lot of room to play in. The outside tables are probably a little bit squeezy, and particularly up the left-hand side of the screens, that it's a little bit of a squeeze if the teams are playing in that back left-hand corner. That's probably about the only problem set up with it, but no, it's quite good up here. So if you get a chance, come and have a look. Meanwhile, Mick's got yellows. He's got a couple that are going to be a little bit hard to... he's looking at yellows. Probably all along. Now he's looking at reds. A little bit of work to do, but so long as he can clear that top left red into the top left pocket, and he probably might try and kick that top right, or the other red that's on the rail there, along towards the other side of the cushion, because if he gets potting too much here, he's going to make it a little bit hard for himself trying to get through those yellows. And that's not what Jason wanted, what Chris Beagley wanted. So he's Giving Jason 2 visits. A little bit of work to do with those 2 yellows up on the top rail. Whether he tries and to get a little bit of an extraction here. Looks like that's what he's trying to do. He's going to see if he can pot this and screw across and actually open both of those up, so he's not going to be wasting a shot. I think that's what he's looking at. And the skill of a lot of these players, it's not unreasonable for them to actually do that sort of thing. Might have a little bit of difficulty now that he's getting the rest to get enough work on the white to go off, kiss him off. Yeah, oh, he's done that very nicely. Now that yellow looks like it's on the it's pretty much on the top cushion. So again, he's going to have to do a little bit of work on this to try and hold to get back on that. Otherwise, he's going to be on to his second visit, and life might be a little bit harder for him. Yep, he didn't want that. Now that red does not pass the bottom left yellow. It looks like he's going to try a bit of a snooker here. He hasn't got it, but he doesn't. Chris hasn't got enough of that red to cut it across to this bottom right, which will actually go there. So it's a good shot. Unfortunate thing is that he's still getting back to the table, which with a shot on his red. So he's got the option of actually playing the double up to the top left-hand pocket. Yep, he's gone that way and overcut it. Now this should be a fairly easy out for Jason. Just a matter of how he takes it. He'll probably take the easiest ball and then work around the table. So this will be a lesson to everybody as well. Don't take the harder one and presume that if I get it, that it's going to be good. So he should just run these around the table, and so long as he's able to maintain position. So take this bottom left and then kick out into the middle of the table, and then he's got a choice of the last 4 yellows as to how he actually takes them in sequence. Yeah, it's running around nicely, so he should probably take this yellow and take the middle one into the middle right, top right, and then the one up near Bork, and then he's got the final yellow down under this this bottom right pocket. And the thing about it is he's just playing these. He's not doing a lot of work with it. He just knows how hard to hit the ball. He's not playing any side or anything like that. He's just playing them sort of fairly naturally. He might play a little bit of a stun here. Give himself a little bit of an angle so he comes down the table. And that's run a little bit further than what he thought would. So now he's going to have to try and hold it to bring it down the bottom, or otherwise he's going to bring the white ball all the way down, and then he's got his final yellow up the table. This is a crucial shot for him. There, he's played that nicely. So he should actually just be able to push through here and maybe come off the bottom cushion, black into the right middle, or he could come off 2 cushions, yep, where he's looking at. So he's going to play a little bit of a stun, come off the bottom cushion, off the left-hand side, and put the black into the bottom right. And that is a very bad miss. I don't think he needed to go that far. He probably just would have been easy enough just to play it fairly easily and have the black into the middle. So that was a bit of a gift. These two guys have started off a little bit scrappy as well, and no doubt they'll show a little bit more of improvement. Meanwhile, on the other table, Daniel's let Cac back up to the table, and now it's 1-1. Daniel will not be happy with that result. I'm just trying to get Matt Harmon over here. So I'm not boring you by myself. I'm just going to mute because I'm going to yell out to him. Matty Harmon. Matt. You know Matt Harmon? Yeah, he's just over there, yeah. Tell him he needs to come over and commentate. He's playing on his phone. No. Him. Come on. Yeah, it looks like I've got his attention, so Matt's going to come over and sit down with me and hopefully we'll get some batteries, I think. Grab a seat, and I've got to find some batteries off Dan somewhere. Dan the man. Yep. Oh. Yep, okay. So I'm being joined by Matt Harmon, Mr. ACT. Welcome, Matthew.
Hello, Andy. How are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Very good, thank you.
How are you finding it so far? It's only day one, but...
It's a pretty tough day on the ACT front.
Yeah.
We had a big couple of matches to start with. But, yeah, it's a good venue. Tables are playing really nice. So, yeah, only early days so far.
Any early favourites, or are you going to...
I think it's a little bit early for that type of stuff, mate.
Yeah.
I'll sit in the fence a little bit.
Come on. Right, so we've got Cacciola and Daniel Thorp. That first frame, I don't know whether you saw any. The first two frames, they were both a little bit scrappy, but so 1-1. And your teammate Jason against Chris Beagley. Jason had a very good chance to clean it up.
Yeah, I saw the shot he missed in that last frame, so he was quite disappointed with that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. How are you finding the tables? Quick?
They're quick, yeah. They're running nicely. I think they're cut really well. There's the 6 new ones particularly are running really nice. And I enjoy the table. They're sliding off the rails a little bit with the new cloth, which is expected. So, but yeah, so I think Jace has just had another chance there, but he's got a little bit of coverage on that black. But having said that, Chris has got room to get in behind it. But he's got some work to do and a bit of pressure with Jace having 2 balls over the hole. But he's definitely capable of it. I'd expect it to be quite a close match between Chris and JT. They're both quite aggressive players, but both also know when to pull up when they need to.
Yeah. What do you think Thorpe will do here on the left? Is he going to try and those 2 yellows up the top? He can pop the first one and hopefully kick the second one out. Because Michael did him a favour just before with looked like he was trying to cover that middle pocket with one of those reds that are on the left-hand rail.
Yeah, okay.
But he's overshot it. So that yellow will actually come down and he can play the plant onto this bottom left, or it actually will go back into the centre. So I wouldn't mind betting that Thorpe is actually going to going to have a crack at this.
I think he's kind of, it's not a free chance at it because these guys are capable of finishing from anywhere, but with them 2 balls on the rail, he's definitely got the opportunity to have a crack at this first one.
Yeah. So
I think he's going to hit the second yellow as well, but the white should go into the red and hold, hopefully. Oh no, he's hit it a bit thick, so he's missed the second yellow,
But I mean, if he's made the pot there, he's still in a good
yeah,
position,
that's right, yeah.
which I think is what he was looking for.
No, I just don't know if that yellow slides in past the red. I think it does actually into the middle pocket.
Yeah, it looks like it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But he's even got the opportunity to plant it down on this bottom left-hand one as well, I think. So
yeah, might just slide past that second red into the corner.
Black's still a bit of a concern with him if Michael doesn't move that red that's there.
Yeah, Mikey's got a bit of work to do there. And I think Chris has landed quite straight on this red, I think.
Yeah, he has. He's going to have to do a little bit of work on this too. Oh, no, he can come off.
He can come off. He might have to come off 2 rails under the black. Ideally, he would come off 1 rail and straight across. But I think he's a little bit straight, so I think he might have to come under the black for the black in the same hole as the red.
Under it or over the top of it?
Under it, like that.
Oh, yeah. Good call.
So still a tough black. It's quite a tough black when I look over and have a look at the table.
Oh, yeah. And he hasn't got a lot of room to put anything on it, you know, some bottom to make sure that it's not going to run too far.
I think.
Or is he going the double?
No, we cut it. I think the white's going to hit centre of the side rail. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, good call.
So
JT will be hurting with that one as well. He's had some opportunities there.
Yeah, another opportunity there. And it's unlucky. Thorp is just trying to bump that red out of the way of the black because that was the problem ball. So I guess he's got the choice now. He can pop the yellow closest to him and try to move the red now, but he's got very little room to land on the other yellow. And
yeah, he's looking at it.
He may be tempted to play a deep screw and pop the one over the hole. I'd say that's the shot he's going to have.
You going to play a deep screw or run around?
Yeah, I think
some bottom around.
Oh no, he's running around. Yeah, a bit of angle.
Ooh, would have been better if he was about 3 or 4 inches off the cushion there, so then he could have loaded up a little bit. And
I think he can still jack up on this a little bit with a little bit of bottom right, and well, a fair bit of bottom right actually.
Oh yeah. He's not shy.
No. Oh, he's tried to screw straight into it.
Oh, that's not a good leave.
No. So, really the only shot he's got here is just a soft screw off the top rail and back onto the black and try to get a snooker. But it's going to be too easy for Mikey to get out of.
Looks like he's actually
unless this is on.
Oh.
I don't think it was on because he hit the red.
Yeah.
He's just trying to get it over the hole.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum trying to probably get the black over there and maybe... Because he didn't miss it by all that much.
No,
he
just missed it,
yeah. I've got the mascot just tapped me on the shoulder. Robert Bowen from Victoria, debutante. Nobody knows him, so they've been treating him with disrespect, and he doesn't like that.
No.
So he started off pretty well. So yeah.
So Mikey's got a very good snooker there. There's definitely no easy escape out of that.
Yeah, can't even see what he's doing from the table, not on the screen. He can actually come out. He's actually got room to come out between those 2 reds.
Yeah, he might.
He's going to have to put a lot of side onto
Oh, yeah,
it.
he
but
does too,
But he
sorry.
does. He's got a straight line out there.
It's very deceiving looking at the
Yeah.
screen compared to the table.
Yeah, puts a lot of side on that. He's look. He's just short of the centre with a lot of left hand side. He's going to. I would go. I'd say he's going to go close to potting this.
He's got to. He's got to get. He's only just. Yeah, so it must be too much side. I think the red's in the way to come off one rail too. So he's trying to come off 3 rails here. Oh, that's a massive.
That's a top shot.
That's a huge effort.
Yep. He's not shy.
No.
So anyone watching, he's a bit of a strange cat. There's the old Thorpy. But I'll tell you what, he's got one of the best brains going around for doing something exactly like that.
Yeah.
And he backs himself as well.
Yeah. And he had to have a crack at that. There's no use doing deliberate foul. But that was a massive effort.
That was off 3 cushions to nearly pot it.
And it puts all the pressure back on Mikey.
Yeah.
Especially because that black's.
Oh.
So he'll have a crack at the swerve here for sure.
Swerve, or he's actually got enough room again to come off this side cushion, maybe even the right cushion worth a lot.
Yeah, he's got that red that's closest to the black that's creating making it a little bit tricky. I suppose it's close to a full ball snooker. I would definitely be tempted to swerve this. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, that's a big swerve.
But again, he's the sort of player that's confident with it. So
if he gets around the red,
he's going to hit it.
He should get up there and hit. And he's not going to go off either.
No.
So he's really, ideally, obviously wants to pot it, but just to hit it, I'll give him a good chance of getting. No, he hasn't hit that well.
No. Well, you'd have to say that Mickey's going to have to. He's going to have to clear this, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. He'll go the one on the top rail first.
Oh wow! Chris has just missed that very easy black.
And Jace has he knocks his first one and he's got the tables there. Mikey's missed that.
Oh no! Boy, these boys must be tired. They must be a little bit fried after today because there's been some big mistakes.
It was a big day yesterday. It was quite late. I didn't get out of here until quarter to 1 in the morning, which is expected with the tournament. So no complaints from that respect.
So this should just be a natural progression here for JT.
Yep. So I think
he'll clear a couple of the ones in the middle.
I think he's landed a bit awkward there because if he goes the red closest to the centre of the table in the middle, he's going to bump the other one to the rail, so he's going to have to play it reasonably firm.
Firm and follow through, or some bottom and bring it back in, so he's got the choice of 2 up into that top left.
I think run through. I think because he's going to hit the red pretty full. I think so. The white's not actually going to go too far. So that was quite straight.
There you go.
Oh, wow. Should look at the table more.
In the meantime, Michael's cleaning up here to take a 2-1 lead.
Yep.
So here now, is he going to play? Is he going to take this left-hand red through to the middle and then take the red up in balk?
Yeah.
You reckon JT's going to do that?
I think if he can hit this fine enough, he might be able to go around behind them all without hitting the second red. Yeah. So that's a good shot.
So he's taking that in. Yeah.
So now it's pretty straightforward for him now.
Well, you'd want to hope so.
Yeah, but there's a lot of well, he's had 2 opportunities, so there's a lot of pressure on this shot.
And you've had a pretty busy schedule lately. You've been fishing on Port Phillip Bay, I believe.
Yes, I ducked out there on Monday morning, bright and early, and it was good fun. I haven't fished there before, so the charter was good and the weather was good.
Bit more interesting than Burley Griffin?
A little bit, yeah. Even though you can catch some very good fish in Burley Griffin, but different type of fish. Yeah.
Well, your teammates on the board. Yeah. You're going to make a bit of a fight about it now.
That'll ease a few of the nerves, I think. Yeah.
Still a bit scrappy.
It is. Yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It's fatigue. A pretty long day. First day of the Nationals. Jace was actually saying before he actually went home and had a snooze this afternoon, which he never does. So maybe that's affected him differently and adversely, maybe.
Yeah, it could do. Well, it does one of two things. It either just zonks you out or you
Yeah.
just come back full of beans. So it might be the
Yeah, I
first,
think if you
first
go,
one.
Yeah, if you go back and have a couple of hours sleep, that's you're going to wake up drowsy. You're gonna, you have a quick kip to get the
10-minute power nap,
power
cold shower, couple of beers.
But yeah, Jace hasn't played his best today. He struggled a little bit in the teams, so he needs it. I'll be confident to get him a roll on. He's come up dry there though. Ooh,
And he's
there's one
dropped
off.
the white. Last ball rolling again. That's a bit of bad luck. And he got that. He actually that red on the right-hand rail. The white wasn't going anywhere, but that's come down and kicked it and given it a bit of a push. Yeah.
So he's going to go yellows here. There's
Another dry break from Thorp. He's not terribly happy with that. What would you go here? Yellows?
with Chris and Jace.
Yeah, or red.
Definitely.
No, Mick and Thorpe.
Yeah,
Or
reds with
Reds.
that red over the hole, I think.
Yeah.
And he's,
But
there.
so this actually should be if he's on the song, this should be a
Yeah.
clear.
Yeah, you'd go the one in the middle now and go up towards ball.
Yeah.
Clear that end of the table. He's going to have to play the plant last to the ball over the hole.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty straightforward. The only thing I can see going wrong here is the plant. But
if he's
not straight on it,
Yeah.
the white might slide in behind the yellow or something like that.
Yeah. But it's looking like he just probably comes out about balk.
I think he'll come up quite a bit further. I think he'll come up closer to the centre of the table.
Depends on the angle that he's got. Yeah.
Yeah,
So he should be able to push this through, but he still probably needs to hold it or come back maybe a little bit off this red, so he's got the straight plan.
He either wants a fair bit of angle or not much at all.
Well, he's actually got some angle, so he might even play a little bottom and stun off
The side rail,
cushion. Yeah.
and just go up, just straighten up the next shot.
Yeah. Oh no, he's decided to leave it there.
Yeah, so I think he can play this soft enough to. He's got a little bit of angle, but he can play it soft enough to
And
hold.
even if he does, he's just going to kiss onto that yellow
Come
anyway,
off the rail.
or come off the rail. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So this is a
Pretty speedy finish.
that'll give his confidence a bit of a boost.
Yeah, Mike is one that once he gets a bit of momentum going, he's hard to stop.
Yeah.
And on the other table, Chris seems to be having no issues with
The yellows.
this. Same thing, come back a little bit and have a nice easy black. He's gone a little bit far on that one, but lucky he's nice and tall and he's got the reach to get this one.
A little bit of an angle, but
I was unlucky from Jace to have a nice big split and then to drop the white. Oh, wow.
wow. Commentator's curse again.
I think so. I must say, I've been playing pool with Chris for a long time and he's not renowned, but occasionally he does them little misses like that. And that can just completely swing that match. Like 3-1.
Well, he's JT's got the opportunity now to this one on the right-hand side cushion, just roll that down and come back and pretty much snooker him with that ball that's in the middle.
Yep.
So then it's relieved him of that dead one, gives him an opportunity. It's probably not going to be a hard shot to get out of because he's got the top rail or the side rail, so he's only got a one.
No, but if he can play it in a way where he promotes one of his ones on the rail and gets a snooker, that's still a beneficial shot.
Okay, so he's looking at the black to see if he's going to leave. He's looking at if he leaves Chris on the black, whether
If it's on.
If it's on, and I don't believe
I don't
that
think
it is.
no.
So JT can now confidently play this down the rail, pot it or leave it there. And then if he does pot it, then he can actually play the plant.
He'd be playing the plant now.
Playing the plant now.
He'd be running through on this.
Yeah, run it through and then snooker as well. So he's relieved 2 balls.
And as you say, it's an easy snooker to get out of, but it puts him still in the box.
It may be a little bit more difficult if he leaves him right on the rail. But he still wants to play this firm. He still wants to play the plant firm enough to get those 2 free.
I think he's going to. He wants to run through to about where the second red is, towards the left-hand corner.
That's on the left-hand side of the badge. Yeah.
So he's got to play it reasonably firm. But what's he doing here?
He's kicking off this.
So that's.
Ooh, he's actually.
Oh, he's got away with it.
No, he's still see the black.
That's.
He's got a shot on the black, but he's can't do anything with it.
So he's trying to do too much there. He was trying to promote all 3 balls in one shot, which wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
He could have just promoted the 2, got the snooker, and he would have been guaranteed another shot basically.
And being a bit of a fashionista, because your wife is, and I believe she dresses you.
Yeah, she does actually.
She does. She goes out and buys you.
She bought me like 5 new T-shirts before I come down here. I think she was getting embarrassed with what I was wearing.
Okay. I hope if you're watching Kath, you've done well. He looks exquisite.
Yeah. And I'm dieting while I'm here too, Kath. So nothing to worry about there.
Geez, I saw you having a feed in all you can eat.
Oh yeah.
You went back for 3 lots of sweets. Well, this should be a fairly easy finish here for Thorpe. Black goes into the middle past that yellow, so he's a confidence player as well. If he starts looking at some and playing some big shots, you'll see then he play them more and more. So brings it 3-2. Yeah.
So these are a race to 5, I believe.
Correct. Yes. Yeah.
So that's Thorpe to break. By the look at that, he's racking them up. So so it'd be an ideal time to get a nice big split, and a handy master would really boost his confidence.
Gee, Jace has painted himself in a bit of a corner here. He's got this one in the middle. If he doesn't make it, say good night.
So without the pressure, I'd back JT to get this 9 times out of 10. It's not actually it. He's got to do nothing with the white, really. He's played it to no man's land a little bit. He needed to play it at half that pace or a lot harder.
And he's just run through that. If he had to play maybe a stun with a little bit of bottom, he probably would have been sitting down this bottom rail. Yeah. And at least giving himself a chance to play the red on the rail over the pocket and then sit behind the other one and say, hey, Chris, if you're good enough to get out of this and make it, you are. But if you don't, I'm out.
So he's backing himself here. He does have the option to try to snooker, but he's having a crack.
Have a crack at this and then...
Well,
that's not good.
No, he's throwing the handbag at that one, unfortunately. Yeah, he's just got no confidence, you can just tell. It's very hard to build your confidence back up in the middle of a match. Chris has got the white. Nope. Oh, wow. Well, there's a lot of opportunities going begging
on both
players. Yeah.
At least the 2 on the left are starting to clean it up a bit. They're actually playing a little bit cleaner ball. And I can assure you, in the first or second frame, that shot that Thorpe's just made, he would have actually tried to punch that in
off the side rail,
and he would have missed it. So he's actually just taken stock of what he's looking at. Now that red that's on the yellow,
it's on. I'm pretty sure.
On the bottom left, it's definitely on the bottom right, which is what he's looking at now.
Yeah,
but it definitely doesn't go the other way.
So the red on the right hand rail is the one he so he wants to leave himself low on this, and I guess he'll either
play up and maybe hold on that yellow that's closest to the middle of the table on the right.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then he's got a good finish there, which is probably what he's going to look at doing.
He's got to hit a spot on though, because if he doesn't hit that yellow full, if he hits it on the right hand side, he's going to snooker himself.
Well, actually, it looks like he might actually be able to kick off onto this yellow here and stop it on there.
Yeah.
That's closest to the rail.
Yeah, that's what he's
Yeah, that's a sip.
that's stiff as. Is he on that? I don't think he is.
No, I think he is.
No, he's...
Yeah, no,
he's looking up at the ceiling. I don't think it's on.
Wow. That's the game of pool. He thought that out beautifully.
Yeah. So it must be close. He's having a really good look at
I
this.
think he's going to have to put a little bit of side on this. Yeah, he's doing a little bit of side and bottom.
That wasn't on.
No, he's just.
Wow.
It got close enough to the jaws.
So I think Mikey's got angle off this first yellow across the centre of the table, just the hole for the bottom yellow. And I'll see him clean these up. He's got a pretty big hole for the yellow down the rail inside the red.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not ideal. He's come quite low. Now he's actually going to run into the other yellow, I think. Oh no, he's got room to put a bit of bottom on it. Shot.
Yeah. Okay, so middle down inside the red.
Yeah.
And then finish it off with the.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward from there.
Yeah. What's the first thing you do when you get to the table?
With an open table after the opponent's broke?
Yeah.
I'm obviously trying to map the out. Is usually the case. And looking at a transition to the black is obviously a big one. That's something to look at. But you're really making the choice if you go on the out or not to start with. Like sometimes you come to the table and the out may become available through the frame. Most of the time you're making a choice straight up if you're going for it or not.
So if you see that say yellows are on and there's a difficult ball and an easy ball, obviously you're looking at transition.
Yep.
Do you back yourself enough to say, okay, well, I'm going to take the easier one to get to the next one, or do you so what's your mindset? Because there's players around that will actually go and they'll go and pop the easiest one and then try and work around the table.
Yeah, no. Most of the time, I'll and most players do it. Try to eliminate the challenging balls as early as you can. You don't want to leave them to last. The more balls on the table to start with to be able to develop balls is helpful. And what I look at the least amount of white ball travel when I'm going for an out.
Looks like Butters has just knocked young Cale Barrett out.
Right.
So, I know Butters is keen as he's just.
He seems to be hitting them well in the team.
He is, yeah. He's hitting them exceptionally well. He won the another brand's titles last week in the singles.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
And beat Jake quite convincingly. So yeah, he's real keen.
Yeah, he's an excellent player, and he's due for a result. Definitely, I think.
So Thorpe, he is filthy.
Yeah.
The way that he was dragging those balls out of the pockets just before, he is absolutely ropeable. So let's expect anything here.
Not that I know Thorpe too well. I've been playing with him for a few years since he's been coming to nationals, but he seems like he wouldn't let go of something like that, and it'll actually playing his mind a little bit, or is it something that will fire him up and bring better pull out of him?
Oh, look, he's the sort of guy, he hates to lose. And I know that he puts the work in. He travels, on a Tuesday night, he travels from Geelong to Dandenong.
Right.
To play.
What's that, about an hour, is it roughly?
An hour and a half.
Oh, right, okay.
Through peak hour traffic, through the tunnel.
Yeah, wow.
Every Tuesday night during winter. So his thirst for the game and playing is, it's crazy. It really is.
Yeah, you can tell that. We played the Vicks in the first match, and he got mastered in his first frame, and then I reverse mastered him in the second frame, and again he was filthy. Like, even though he hadn't had an opportunity, but you could tell he was quite upset about that.
Yeah.
Which everyone handles it differently. But yeah, he's a great Cuyus, a great potter.
Oh, yeah.
And as I said, he's very, very creative. I definitely agree with that.
And he started making his own cues as well.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he's found a guy down in Geelong that has taught him how to make cues, and so that one that he's using now is his own.
Yeah. Has he got any like woodworking background, or is it something he's just taken up?
I'm not sure, but he's just passionate about it, and he's as proud as punch.
Oh, you would be.
And they're all one piece.
Yep.
Doesn't play with
two
piece or three quarter. That's just all a one piece. And he's got some beautiful old cases as well. He's got some timber cases hinged for one pieces.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got some old metal ones as well that look like he's just dragged out of the tip or something like that. But just have a look at the look on his face. He's
landed short on that shot, so he's and another inch on this shot would have made the biggest
world of difference. Yeah, because then he would have had taken the that left red into the middle.
Yeah.
And then just progressed up, and so now he's got to go the other way. Yeah.
Now he's going to have to leave the one nearest his hand to last, which is not obviously what he wanted. Oh, he's fouled.
Oh wow!
He just moved the red. Bugger. That's
he's devastated.
Yeah.
He's absolutely devastated.
You feel for someone when they do that.
Yeah, obviously his mind's just not there.
Yeah. So I can't see Mikey messing these up with two shots, even with that one down the rail. The way these pockets are cut, they even a bit of pace, they take them well.
Yeah.
I really like these tables. Actually, after Big Guns bought the table they played the final on.
Oh yeah.
Which it's a lovely table. And these are very similar, so you see a lot of these players potting balls down the rails with no troubles. So you'll go the one down the rail probably now, I'd say. Or he might even leave it to last. No, he's going to leave it to last.
Yeah, just clean these up and give himself a better position on that.
Yeah.
So there's just a natural plonk in, another natural plonk in, and then some bottom up the rail.
Yep. So he's actually going for it now. So it's not a bad shot.
Yeah, okay.
He can roll this in. If he gets it, he's got the one with an easy one cushion out to the black.
And he's still got two
He still
visits.
has two, so he's missed that. And
that's right on the cushion. There's a little bit of a gap there.
So he intentionally played that to get onto that ball on the rail.
So then he can just...
I probably would have played that one down the rail last.
And that's the pace of the table.
So I don't know if he's on that.
You can see it, but I don't think it's a straight nut.
Looking at his reaction, I don't think it's on.
He can see it, but it's too much of a fine cut.
Yeah.
Chase. You should be able to pot this and then run up the table and...
No, the black's not on in the corner, I don't think. So
not in this corner?
I don't think so. I think he's got to play with left hand side and actually go into the black. This is a tough shot. He's got to run into the black here. Well, actually, maybe you're right. Maybe that was on.
Yeah, it looks like it on the screen.
Yeah.
I'd need to get up and wander around, but I'll probably trip over some cords and wreak havoc. That's a good shot from Thorpe. He's promoted his red, taken one cushion out of the way. He's taken the left-hand side cushion out of the way.
So I missed Mikey's shot. Did he obviously just glanced off it, did he?
Yeah, he didn't have enough, so he's glanced off it. And Thorpe's taken his red from up behind the balk, doubled it back down to where it is on the left side of the cushion. So Mikey's got to go off two, maybe maybe two cushions.
I think you go the one rail. He wants to try to put this over the hole, if not pot it.
And he hasn't. So which is not a bad result for him, given that where that red is.
It covers that red, but Thorpe is going to be trying to get two again. Or not necessarily get two, but he'll be coming up to.
Look,
he
can
might even screw into this.
Yeah. Or what he can do is actually screw back up near the black and then actually play the red off the side cushion, run the red down into the pocket and kill the yellow onto the bottom cushion.
Yep.
Depending on where he finishes up here. Because he hasn't got many places to hide.
No. He can. I think he's a little bit straight on this. Well, the shot, you can play the shot that you're talking about. There's a little element of risk to it. It's got to be played well. But
he's looking at the taking the right-hand one right up the rail. And
so he's going to try to leave the white and left-hand side of the table here and get a snooker. He just doesn't want the red to double kiss or anything silly like that. Well, no, he's snookering behind the black.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he can just come off the bottom rail and hit this.
He's going to have to, because I don't. He's looking at actually coming off the side rail and maybe kicking it down a bit further,
but he's risking pushing it to the top rail. He can't leave. He's got to leave this yellow. Oh, it was on.
Oh wow!
Oh, wow.
Geez, you must have been able to just fit a ball through there.
Wow.
That's the shot of this match actually.
Yeah, that's
and it was the money shot
too.
That's
a cracker too.
Yeah.
He just wants to back it up with a nice one there.
Yeah. And Thorpe will be spewing.
All right, so Mikey's through. And Jace has still got, well, he's kind of got control.
Oh. He's sneaky. Oh.
No, so Jace is on yellows, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Jace missed that yellow before, so.
Oh, right, okay.
He's given Chris the 2 shots, but he's left him up straight up. Oh.
Did that come off a couple of those finger marks on the table, or did he just...
I think it is. I think the tables are settling a little bit. We played on these tables just before, and I had 2 shots in the black, and I played a soft shot, just a roll black, and I hit it, and it was going straight in at this turn and sat over the hole. Luckily, I had 2 shots, but they're just starting to move a little bit with the settling into the carpet, which is pretty normal.
On the table behind these two, Barney's just made the crowd come alive. He's a man that's been involved in a few dollar games this year.
He's a man I watch at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
He's definitely made his presence known in the last 12 months or so.
Well, he's had 2 against Brett Rogers. I think they were even, weren't they? There was 1 each with those 2. Well, no.
Oh, I think Barney got him twice.
Barney got him twice. Then he dispatched Benny Noonan the other week.
Yeah. I think Woods is the only one to beat him, actually, which was an epic match. It was actually a cracker of a match.
I didn't see any of that one.
A few of those ACT boys went up because they had a few dollars on him. And, I watched the whole match. And it was a very entertaining match because it was so close.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Woods is going. He won Albury here this year.
Yeah, he beat me in the semis, unfortunately. But he
So it was your fault that he won?
Yeah.
You let him through?
Yeah, and he was guaranteed to win when
when he got rid of you?
No, when he got to the final against Benny, because I don't think Benny can beat him. I think it's something like 11-0 in races or something ridiculous.
Oh, wow.
It's he's definitely Benny's nemesis.
And he gave up for a while too, didn't he, Woodsy?
Yeah, he had other things on, I believe, and he doesn't play much in Canberra anyway. But yeah, I think he had 12 months out of Q Sports completely, I think. Which
sometimes isn't bad, just to have a bit of a break and, just...
Especially when you've been playing for a long time.
Yeah.
And he was at the top of his game and couldn't quite get that Australian singles, so a break might do him the best to have another crack at that.
And it's interesting too with the juniors, there's not a lot of them that actually continue on. They... back in the day when I first started and the Zappia boys were running around and Robbo and Benny Noonan, well, sort of Robbo and Benny Noonan there, but both the Zappia boys, they were just ridiculous talents.
I played with both of them. They came in a little bit after I did. I think they're a little bit younger than me, and I played against both of them a fair bit.
Mark was the harder worker, but Robbie, I think, had the more natural talent.
Yep.
They both played in our up at my old club in Eastern Districts in Melbourne, and Robbie was just so laconic about it all, and he'd go out and do it. Whereas with Mark, we'd finish a comp night, and Mark would spend another probably hour and a half playing maybe 4 or 5 shots just off rails.
Okay.
To get exactly where he wanted to. So he was just
had that dedication. Which you need.
But Robbie could get on the table and he could do just about anything without having practiced all that much.
Yeah.
Because he actually took a little bit of time off. Robbie did. And we put together a couple of good sides in First Division. We won back-to-back First Division titles in the AEBF, and Robbie played in one of them, and he hadn't really played for 18 months, 2 years before that season. He just came out, he was a freak.
Yep.
So...
I remember he was a great player.
But neither of them play anymore.
Yeah. So he's going to try to smother this. Actually, he was trying to just create a little bit of a gap there, which is... It's a pretty good shot, but it's pretty easy to get out of and pop this. But he's going to have an awkward black regardless.
Well, he's fair.
But
it doesn't look like this is going to pot the first shot.
No, so
he might squeeze the yellow out, but
well, Jace is on yellows, remember? So
yeah, sorry.
So he's got the table, so he's got the choice to come across the table and try to finish it. But he might be tempted just to roll the white long. It depends if that red squeezes inside the yellow now. Let's have a look at the table.
I don't believe it does.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Yeah.
He might even be tempted to push the
red
right onto the other red,
or in front of the yellow.
Yeah. I think the safer bet's to put a bit of distance in it and put the white long. Yeah, he's still undecided. There's a bit of risk in this shot because he might nudge it enough to create the red on. I'll just probably just roll onto this one.
Don't like that because that right hand red, you can actually he's not going to pot it, but he can at least squeeze the yellow out, which is what he's looking at doing.
Yeah, and if he can't in this shot, he'll...
Well, he's got 2 visits, so it's... This definitely pretty much straight on. He's looking at it.
So if he can squeeze this, it's a bad shot from Jace if he can squeeze this.
I don't. It doesn't look like that red's going to go. It's going to kick the yellow out, but it's just a matter of where things finish up.
Yeah.
It's just so squeezy tight in there.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't think he can pot it. But yeah, where it lands.
Look, he can chance his arm. He's 3-1 up. If he does screw this up and Jason does get out of it, Jason's going to be walking around going, well, I was lucky I got out of that, as opposed to being in command of it and taking it and then going
control,
into it and then taking the next frame with confidence.
So he's
played that well.
He's actually glanced off the first
red,
to then squeeze it.
Yeah.
So that's a good shot, and conveniently he's left the yellow there, which makes the black a really big hole for that black down the rail.
Yeah. So that's a good result.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your shot of JT going up the table and giving him distance was probably the better in that situation.
Well, a shot like that, when you're that close, you got so much more control and confidence with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So just screw this back, and then the black inside the yellow.
Yep.
Yeah. Might want to have a word to JT after and just ask him about that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. He was definitely looking at leaving the white long, and he's now talking to Chris about it. So, well, that was a good shot by Chris to promote both the balls in one shot.
Yeah,
So,
no, he's filthy.
4-1
So on the hill
Chris.
for Chris.
So. Right. So Dan's just mentioned that Justin Sage is 4-all with Judd from NT. So, wow, that'll be a big scalp for Judd.
Yeah, well, Justin flew into a tournament last week and finished up 3rd.
Yeah. I didn't see much of him play. I was
last
down
week
there on the weekend. No.
Yeah. He played pretty solid, and then he got to the semi-final against Jake McCartney, and first to 5, and Jake's just destroyed him.
Yeah, I saw. There wouldn't be too many people that could say they've beaten Justin at the end of a tournament to 0. So.
I actually spoke to Justin. I said, that was a bit brutal. He said, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jake did play good in that match, I must admit. So.
He was just, he was on fire. He was just phenomenal to watch. He ended up winning it.
Yep.
Took out the tournament, so well done, Jakey boy. So he's actually coming up tomorrow for
the singles.
Singles, yeah. I think I've got the... Oh, wow, Tristan's just missed that black into the middle. And Barney's got everything on by the looks of it.
Do you know what the score is there? Have you seen?
No.
All right. Well, Jace has just missed his first starter. I don't know who broke. So 1, 2. He missed the yellow, so it must be open table even if he did break.
Yeah, so the only thing that he's got is that yellow up the top, but he can play the one that's pretty much in the middle of the table, the plant onto the red, onto the yellow, and hopefully kick the... Because it doesn't look like it matters where he actually hits that red, because that other yellow, that top yellow is going to go.
Like it's just going to go straight in there. Yeah. So he's actually elected to lay up.
Lay up. Wow.
That's
Gee,
at 4-1 up. That's surprising. That's when you want to try to build your momentum. This is up their only match for tonight, I believe. So
yeah,
he's just making sure of it, I think.
Yeah, but he had the opportunity there that he could have actually run this out because they're all there.
And as you said, like regardless of where he goes, if he runs into that red, the yellow is either going to go in or sit over the hole, and he's still going to have control.
And even if he was up on the right, on the left-hand rail, the red that's just short of the balk, he could play that on. The yellow that's just short of the balk. He can play it onto the red, play the plant. He's made that. The object ball that he's hit's going to kick across over to the right-hand pocket, and he should be pretty much out. But that's probably a good shot from JT, killing the black in there.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to buy a bit of time, and JT's goal from here is going to be just trying to get a red over that top corner.
Yeah, but Chris is out. Actually, he's looking at.
But there's still that plant's still on. I think the yellow under the black actually goes onto that red plant as well.
I think that yellow pretty much in the middle of the table. He's looking at playing that in the top right, and then run the white ball onto the red to promote the yellow into the pocket. I think that's what he's trying to do, is to get some position.
He's laying up again.
Wow.
See, I don't necessarily agree with that, because it's given Jason an opportunity to try to take control back. Obviously, he wants to put that top red in over to get the coverage.
Yeah.
Which he's got a fine cut to the middle here, so he's not going to be able to hold for it. He may even be tempted to play the double here.
Yeah, he's looking at. Where is he? Is he going to?
He might double the left hand red across the table.
It's not a natural double. He's actually he's actually got to hit the high side. He's actually got to hit the high side of it, so he's got to hold it so he doesn't double kiss.
Yeah.
On this other table, it looks like Andy's going to clean up.
So Jace is taking a bit of time here. He's still undecided there. He's on the double, but he's got a...
It's a face cut.
Wow, he's got a result. Oh, my God.
He's got two results. Look at that. He's got two results.
Back in Canberra, we call that the JT special, and he's renowned for that type of stuff.
That first red was going nowhere.
Wow.
Because
that's how you turn the game.
Yeah, that angle that we could actually see on the screen, and I was looking over it, and it was probably another 50% more than what it was how it was on the camera.
Yeah, yeah.
And when he first looked at it, I actually thought he was going to look at doubling it up the top right.
Yeah.
Because then he could have come off the bottom cushion and then kicked back up, and then he maybe had this one down on the right-hand side. But that was a mare, that one. Yeah. A lucky mare. Wow, and that's just gone clean.
So I don't know if he wanted that in.
No. That's gone as clean as a whistle.
So it seems like he's not sure of what he wants to do here.
Well, he's got this one down the rail. I really think he's trying to work out how he can actually get a plant onto that top red on the first red closest to the balk.
Yeah, I don't think he's necessarily looking to go there. Well, he's got complete control now, but he's also hasn't got the opportunity to go.
Oh, he's going now.
He's going for it now. Oh, that's a good shot.
That is a good shot, yes.
So now he's got it right over the hole.
Yep. And don't breathe, because that ball is
just hanging there. Yeah.
That's on the edge, living on the edge. Who sung that? John Bon Jovi, did he?
Living on a Prayer.
Living on a Prayer, was it?
John Bon Jovi. Yeah.
Oh. That can sometimes be the edge, can't it?
Yeah. So I think there's a bit of life left in this frame, I think. I don't know if either of them are going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I firmly don't believe that Chris has done himself any justice here by not being forceful early on with those, because it's now JT's got that pocket.
Yeah, so it's always miscued, but so obviously he had the opportunity to probably be aggressive in that frame, and I think it was the time to do it.
Yeah. So he's already looking at the black. He's already looking at the double on the black, finishing with the white up in the balk. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 shots, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. So yeah,
he's going to play this bottom right. Yes. Come back out into the middle, and then he's going to. Yeah.
But it depends if he's going to actually go for it.
I reckon he is. I reckon he was going for that.
Yeah.
He was going for that, and what he wanted to do was finish up around about there, like sort of halfway between the black spot and the middle.
Yeah.
So then he had enough angle to come back off that top cushion and then literally play that, play the triple plant, the red onto the yellow onto the red. Because that red that's over the bag, doesn't matter where you hit it, I think it's going to drop. And there's enough angle on the other one to kick the yellow back
away from the hole.
From the hole, because he was looking at that black. That's where he was looking at getting onto the black.
Oh wow!
Oh,
so
and
Justin
Sage has just
gone down.
Yeah.
So
that's a big result.
The first you'd call an upset. Wow. I'm not even. I don't know. I don't know if I've seen Judd play before at the Nationals. So yeah, good on him. Well done. That's a big scout for him.
Would Justin know John at all? Would he know much of him?
No. I'm just looking. He doesn't look familiar to me.
See, there's so many new faces that people are not going to know their capabilities. They're the most dangerous.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so he's got the angle now that he wanted before. Probably a little bit more distance, but he's got that angle now.
Yeah, he's.
Unless, what he's doing now, he's going to try and maybe double that first red back out into the centre and kick the yellow onto the red and pop that, so then he's got that out there.
Always missed it.
And you can't do it if you don't pot him.
I think he really just wants to get that second red out of there, because Chris is going to try to get control at some point.
Yeah.
Or Chris is going to try to smother the red that's over the hole.
I honestly believe he was trying to get the white ball into balk.
Yeah.
So then he was doubling that first red out, and the natural progression of the white ball, maybe a little bit of bottom, and getting the yellow to plant onto the red, and then he's kicked the other one out, and then having that open, having the black open in that top left-hand corner as well. That's the way that I sort of seemed that he was looking at it. Thousands would disagree.
Yeah, maybe.
Not maybe, I know they would.
So I think Chris has just got to buy his time here.
Yeah, Chris is actually going to try and kill that red.
Yeah, he's got to smother that red, I think. And then that gives him an opportunity to get some other yellows out.
He doesn't want to let JT have a passage into that first red. Doesn't matter where he puts this yellow. If he puts this yellow into the red and leaves the red on the cushion, JT's still got that triple plant. Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good shot. So...
If JT can,
unless he can hit this one.
JT can hit this.
He can hit it. He can hit it easy. So that's...
He can face cut this back into that red up the top that's closest to the middle.
And he's going to run into the black. And he's going to promote the black.
Take the black out. That red should be kick out. He's going to kill this yellow here on the that one.
It's quite, looking at the table, it's quite a tricky shot because he's got to face cut the red, but he's got to face cut it so he only just hits the yellow. He doesn't want to hit the the yellow too thick.
No, he wants to hit it pretty much straight on, so then he just promotes it.
So he's got to avoid the double kiss too, and he doesn't want to slide behind the yellow with the white. He needs to go. Yeah, it's.
Ouch, ouchie.
So he just forgot where that. Lost control of that red.
Or whether he was trying to go the triple.
I don't think so. I think
he was trying to
focus on getting that red out and getting the black out, and just overhit it. So he's in a world of hurt here, and I think the only shot here is to pot the one over the middle and come up and down the table and leave a face cut.
And then hopefully cut it back into the
face
top
cut
right.
on that last red. That's all he's got really. But again, even that, when you're struggling, even that's a tricky shot. He might have to come off actually 2 rails to get. Because he's got to play with bottom. He's going to come up. He's going to have to play with a fair bit of screw
Off the bottom rail and then back up off the top.
Around the yellow and back up to the top like this. That's perfect. That's a great shot.
That is probably a little bit too much.
He's hit that too well.
Yeah. And so also too, if he's the angle that he's on now,
he's going to double. He'll double this to the middle now.
You reckon he's going to go to the middle?
Yeah. Yep. Because the white's going to bump out. He can actually play it not too firmly.
That's a super shot. That's a super shot. Yeah.
So he's given himself the opportunity, and he's looks like he's going to come away with it.
That's a great finish. That's a great result for Jace.
It's just whether it's too late. He's still 2 frames behind, but Chris is not taking his opportunities either. So.
But Chris went very negative on that early. He had an opportunity to really stamp his authority there, and he didn't take it.
And in this situation, when JT's basically stolen that frame in the end, the pressure, even though the scoreboard pressure's on JT, but Chris has got pressure on him now that he knows he's had an opportunity and he's chosen not to go for it.
Yeah.
And he's ended up losing the frame. So.
Yep.
Jace is going for a little bit of a toilet break.
Sorry, just laughing. He's pushing the rack up and hasn't got the bottom in it. He's left half the balls behind.
Yeah. So how long are you here for this week, Andy? You're here for a few days, I think you mentioned.
I managed to get a slot a couple of days working up here, so I come up work today, so I've got tomorrow off.
And the weekend?
The weekend, and then Monday off, and then I've got some work to do on Tuesday, and I'll head back Tuesday afternoon, and on the way back I'll decide whether I'm going to play comp on Tuesday night. I probably won't.
Okay. Yeah.
It's because last weekend I stayed over at Bundoora because of the tournament over at Bar 8 instead of going, because I was over there the Friday night and then all day Saturday, Sunday. So instead of driving back, so I stayed over there, and then been living out of a suitcase. So I think I might have Tuesday off.
Tuesday off, all right. Fair
Tuesday
enough.
night off, and I've got to reset my cue as well. I put one on and tip's just too hard. I can't even scaff it up.
Yeah.
So
you get there sometimes.
Yeah.
And
what I found too was that the tips that I was getting, they were getting hard. They actually become progressively harder.
Yeah.
Same brand.
Yep.
And they were getting harder, but.
Tips themselves can be inconsistent. The exact same tip, bought at the exact same time, then play one, put one on, and then it be no good. And they're not a perfect product, definitely.
But I don't like a lot of tip guys. So what I used to do is I'd literally pretty much cut them in half. I wouldn't even use the top bit. I'd fit them on, and then I'd just cut pretty much 30% of it off.
Yep.
And then just shape it from there. But I got some tips off Johnny Neckrop, and so I'm going to try a couple of those. And I actually got some of the Russian chalk last week.
All right. Yeah.
So I'm going to give that a crack as well. It's not going to improve my game, but
Yeah.
I need to do some work on that.
I find very interesting how people experiment with all these tips, and
Yeah.
I'm very old school when it comes to that. I've used either a blue diamond or an elk my whole life. I've played with triangle chalk my whole life. I've put recently I put a different tip on, which my old man actually gave me, which I'm not even sure what it is. It's quite a firm tip, which I really like. So yeah, in that respect, I don't try any of these new products. I've had the same cue for probably about 18 years now, and I keep it pretty basic myself. So.
Oh look, I always try to as well, but I'm just finding that I don't do a lot of work on the ball, but I used to be able to get a lot of screw on it, and I haven't been able to do that lately. And I just sort of figured that it's the tip, or look, it might be my action that's screwing it up, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, look, I'll just try something, and I don't normally play summer comp, so that'll give me a bit of an opportunity to test it out over a period of time and see how it goes. And last week I had a couple of matches against Tommy Warren from Western Australia.
Yeah.
And I just said to him, I don't know how I'm going to go, and I just explained to him that I was having a few problems and everything like that, and he literally just had a look at me on one action and said, well, you're doing this, and fix it up. So I've had a couple of hits at home and trying to do that, so we'll see what happens. But age and eyesight don't help.
Yeah, I'm battling through the eyesight part of things at the moment. I was speaking to the boys before about I had a shot with 2 reds right in the corner. I had the finest edge of the one over the hole, and I was just looking at fuzz. That's all it was. It was just very blurry. So, anyway, back to the pool. I think Chris has come up dry off this break, and they're actually
pretty good in the yellows.
Reasonably open. He's got 2 on the right-hand rail. So he's got a little bit of navigation to do here.
So what would you do here? Take the top right and then leave yourself so then you can run this, literally the second ball off the,
Yeah, the second ball off the rail on the right-hand side. Yeah, he needs to run through this. And he needs to come basically, he's going to plant.
He's playing it now.
He's going to plant, I think. So it's...
Not a crash shot result.
Not really, because...
There's plenty of room for Chris to get around the table and come down the bottom and take that.
All the reds are on as well,
yeah,
so that's...
Yeah.
Well, he's got a lot of work to do. But he's got a number of balls around that red that's closest to the black to get on it.
So is he going to take that middle one into the middle, or is he going to take the one on the left-hand side up the top? No, he's taking the one in the middle.
Yeah.
Run through, then he should be able to take that top one.
Yeah, so I thought he was running straight into them. So I think he might...
That was halfish done, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was... I don't know what he was trying to do there, but I think he can still cut the one across to the left-hand corner, I think. And again, because of his reach, he can probably play without a jigger. Yeah, it's looking at the table, it's definitely on. Yeah, he's played that well.
Yeah, that's a nice shot.
But
he just made a little... I think killed one under the black.
Yeah, and the other red is pushed closer to the yellow, so I think that red goes beside the black into the corner, maybe. I can't quite tell. It looks like it does. Goes between the yellow and the black, maybe, to the left-hand corner. If it does, it's a little bit of a result, but even this shot here, he's quite straight. He's actually only just off straight, so he's got to force this. Play with a heap of top.
Heap of top, run through, and then take the one off the ball into that top left.
He's going to stun straight up the centre of the table. Well, he's got into it too much, but
Oh no, that's he's still on. Still on. See, now he's got this. He'll probably bring the white ball back out into the middle, and then the left hand, the red left hand side of the black spot. He's got that. Actually, what is he? I don't know what he's looking at now.
he's
He's looking at planting there, potting this. Maybe screwing back a little bit and giving himself some angle on the left-hand red, putting the bottom left-hand cushion, and then screw across and get the plant and separate the red out of from the black, maybe.
the only problem with that shot. He'd most likely be pushing the black over towards the yellows.
Yeah.
I think he's looking at the red to the right-hand middle that's closest to the black. But he's not going to be able to get position on his last red that way. So this is a bit of a tricky shot. Yeah, he's well short, I think. So he can play your shot here, and he's going to go straight into that.
Yeah, but he hasn't got the position.
No, and he's going to push the black straight to the rail.
Yeah, it's black into the other two yellows, yeah.
Unless he can play this with a little bit of bottom and hit the high side of the yellow, so then it doesn't hit the black full and it might spread him. Yeah, he's got to play with this bottom. He wants to hit the high side of the yellow, then the yellow into the black. So he's running into a bit of trouble here. So I can't quite see. White's too close for the plant, I think. He might be able to double the red that he's closest to the top left-hand corner. It's probably the shot he's going to look at.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
It is. It's not easy. So he's looking like he's going to foul him and give him two. Interesting.
No, doesn't want to do that.
No. I don't think that's the right shot.
No, because he's got the plant on these yellows down here up to the top. That's crazy. Unless he's coming right back.
Yeah, he was trying to put the white and snug it up behind the two yellows.
Well, this is a fairly easy plant for JT up the table, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't think it's going to go, but it's going to at least promote both the balls.
Well, the one closest to the middle pocket's going to go up, and then the other one's going to kick out. So that's not going to get any run on. Geez, Chris has certainly changed his tactics from the first two frames that he put together. He's just gone all negative.
He has. Yeah, which normally it's the opposite. Normally you get a bit of a lead, you build that momentum and confidence,
going,
and you keep on going.
You give him a crashing, don't you?
Well, if Chris comes away with this win, he's not going to feel too great about it, I don't think.
No, it's been been pretty scrappy.
It is the only match for the day, but
on table 12, Justin Masterton, Steve Hale. Table 12.
So they're playing the Masters and the ladies' plate now, obviously.
Yeah, third round of those.
Table 11.
So
that's not a bad result, actually. Those two yellows up the top. He doesn't have to hit that perfectly, but that plant's on.
It is, but he's got a lot of distance and he's got to play it soft. So, yeah. So he's either got to play his pocket weight or play it firm. He's played a pocket weight and he's going to miss it.
Well, wow.
I don't know if that turned or...
Oh, no.
So that was the risk, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it was the only shot that he had, really, wasn't it?
I would have been tempted to play that firmer so that the first yellow hit after he played the plant comes out. It's a little bit easy to play a shot controlled when you're playing with a little bit firmer.
Mm.
So Chris has just got a...
Just roll
pot
this
here.
in.
No, I think he'll punch this.
Oh, no, he's going the one
No, I think he's
the
going
left-hand
He's going the
side.
straight one. Let's punch it. But he's missed it by a fair way because that was quite straight. So he's just backed himself to just punch it straight in, hold the white. But
Just the look on Jason's face, he still feels he's in a little bit of pain.
see, normally Jace would get down. He's got the one towards the top rail, towards the badge. That's the only ball he can play. And normally he would just get down and knock this straight in. But when you're under the pump and he's got no confidence, so he's rolled that in. So that's, yeah, this shows how
It's
mental this game is as far as where your mindset is. Because that wasn't a hard shot, but
so Chris's options now is to looks like that red's going to go inside the yellow.
yeah, he's got an awkward bridge.
He's got an awkward bridge, yeah, so he's not going to be able to get any bottom on it to kick up to the top. So he's probably going to have to play this fairly firm.
I think he wants to just miss the yellow near the middle pocket with the white, come across two rails, and he's played that lovely.
He's played that very well.
Unless he gets unlucky, he's played that.
No, it's a good shot.
Played that well.
Yeah.
So the white's naturally going to go straight towards the black here. So whether he just drops this in and plays the black into the right-hand corner inside the yellow, which I don't think he will. I think he'll actually play this firmer and come up higher the table. Yeah, so that's interesting. So he's on this.
Yeah, black goes inside the yellow.
But he's only got half a hole.
Yeah, but all he needs to do is just catch on the jaw.
Yeah, he's got to hit the knuckle of the jaw,
knuckle of the jaw,
and he'll be right. White.
And dumped.
Wow. And we just got a little bit of a comment from the crowd there. They seem to be getting quite frustrated with this game. We have got all night.
Nikki from New South Wales is ACT from Canberra. I can't see. Is arcing up. Are you on this table next, are you?
Oh. Wow. A few swings in this game. So Jace lives another day.
So that's Chris has been on the hill for two frames.
Yeah. So it's 4-3. Jace breaking and he's dry. And look at that spread.
And
oh, actually there's a little bit of work to do there actually.
Yellows are probably the best.
Yellows are the balls, but he's got the yellow that's near the red in the bottom of the table and the yellow that's
up the top
as well.
Yeah.
But yellows are definitely the balls.
But there's no starter for the reds though.
No. So it'll be interesting to see with the way Chris has played the last two games whether he'll go for this straight up.
You know what? I reckon what he'll.
It's worth it because there's a couple of dead reds. So
he's got to take this by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, he doesn't want it to get to heel. No way.
No. Not after the lead that he's had.
No. I don't know if that yellow up the top actually goes into the right-hand corner past the red. It's,
no, it doesn't.
Shall I just pop my head around?
No, he's going to try and kick it out now. He's going to try and kick one of those reds out. There you go. That's a good shot.
Oh.
That's a good shot.
He's on this in the middle.
Yeah, he's got that in the middle.
So he's picked up his momentum a little bit here. He's just got straight down on this.
Oh, and he's missed that by a mile.
No, he's got a kick. That kicked. Yeah, you heard that. I don't think that was him. I think that was a kick. So I think Jace here's got to. I think he's got to play up here. He's got to put this one in the corner and put the red on the right-hand rail down over the hole. Buy himself a bit of time. Chris will probably just bump the yellow straight out, but I don't think there's any. The out's not really there.
No, it's not there for either of them unless
he'll just bring the white up the table.
Unless
set this over the rail.
Yeah, unless Chris can get a position on something to keep this bottom red out, proud of the yellow. But he doesn't have any. The yellow, sorry, out. He doesn't really have any shots to get onto that. Unless he's over the right hand side, just high of the yellow on the black spot, and then he can play screw back and then promote his yellow from off the red.
Yeah, so
but he's actually got to get that position.
So he's got the double. That is wide.
That's a good result. There's nothing directly on the pot there.
No.
Unless this first yellow over the left hand
the
will
two
go
that
up
are
to the
together.
right. Yeah,
It'll go up to the
right.
Yeah, he should be able to avoid the off as well and a screw off the rail.
Screw off the rail, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think that's really
He's
worth
not
it.
looking at that as an option. But what else has he got without opening up something for Jason?
This may actually go to the corner, this yellow. No,
that was a nothing shot.
Yeah, he was just trying to cover the red.
But that was a nothing shot. Now
Jason's got.
Now Jason's looking at this bottom red near the black spot to be able to play this into the left hand corner and then cut that yellow and the red out on the bottom rail.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a nothing shot from Chris.
So it seems that Chris has been on the pump just as much as the JT is.
Okay, so he's got this pretty good.
So he'll go the one that he's closest to. I think he actually has got an angle on the one in the middle to go up into the red now. But if he doesn't get a result, he's not going to land. He's only going to land on the red that he's hitting. So I think he'll put the one out that he's straight in. It's just whether he chooses to off the next shot try to promote that red. So
Okay, so he's going to follow this through. Then the red that's closest to the black spot and the yellow, play that to the bottom left, and with a little bit of kick.
Yeah,
but these two, the red and the yellow down the bottom here.
But the problem with it, he's going to rely on landing on the ball he's promoting. Well, he's got a perfect angle now.
It is. That's perfect.
But regardless of which way he goes now, he's always going to be playing to promote that red, but he's got to land on that red at the same time.
Well, even if he comes and pretty much full onto the yellow there and kicks that out and leaves the red where the yellow is.
So yeah, I thought he might lay that up. That's the smarter shot.
Yeah.
That gives him 100% control now. And buys him a little bit of time to get that other red out.
But then, I mean, Chris now has got the opportunity to snooker him.
He does. But I think all the pressure's back on Chris now. So he may pot the long one and then play the snooker afterwards, or he might be able to just drop onto this and get the snooker. Okay.
So that was very aggressive. That was one of the most aggressive shots he's played for a while.
So he's just going to bump this over the hole and he's going to get the snooker in the same shot. These are the ones you'll probably pot. No, he's worried about potting it, so he's...
Now Jason can get past that black.
Yeah, I think he can.
He can get past the black. Yeah, and he's looking at playing the triple play.
It's too risky in my eyes. Because now that red that's closest to the yellow towards the middle of the table doesn't go to the left-hand corner.
Off the knuckle. You can sit right behind it.
Yeah.
Nice slow pace.
Yeah, I don't... I think he just needs to promote the red. I think that's all he needs to do. I think if he goes for this, he's relying on a fair bit of luck to... Like, he could go for it and actually play with a bit of bottom and move the other red, this shot now. But if that yellow sits right over the bag, he's in trouble. You don't know where the red's going to go.
Yeah.
But I don't... He must only be able to hit a fine edge of this. So he's going to swerve around it and try to hit the red full. Yeah, that's the shot. So does Chris try to smother the red? Can he just squeeze the yellow inside the black, inside the red?
No,
he can't.
No, he can't.
He might be able to bump this out.
Outside
He's just going to bump it out. Oh no. Yeah, it's depends if this red goes. Then he can play the other red first and promote that.
I think it might actually be gliding off the right-hand side of this skinny enough to for the red next to the black, just push onto that and kill the yellow. No?
He'll just play straight into this. And so he also thinks the red goes off the rail, off the yellow
off the knuckle, off the rail, yeah.
But if he wants to land on the other red, and the angle's going the wrong way, I think.
I think he's got to take the one on the left-hand side first to make sure he doesn't snooker himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then give himself enough angle to come around and bring the black inside this bottom left-hand yellow.
Well, if he can leave the white where it is now, that's okay. He's... Oh, unlucky.
Wow.
Wow.
There's always a danger. Sorry about that, viewers. Getting a bit dry here.
Yeah.
I've got blokes that are scoffing behind me and they're not even saying, hey, listen, mate, would you like me to go get you a beer? While they're having a beer.
How'd you go? No good. Alright, so Jason's going to go up and down here and try to pop this.
Well, you'd have to say if this doesn't come off, that it's good night.
Yes.
Stating the bleeding obvious.
Yeah. So it's
I was going to give you the money to get it, but and even get the courier one. I was.
Oh, no, he's going wide. Is he going to glance it? Oh. So, yeah. It's not the best result. It's not the worst result either, but yeah, Chris is definitely
not ideal.
Chris is definitely in the box seat now.
Come on, Dave.
So I think Chris can actually afford to go for this because that yellow is on near the hole. Yeah. So.
G'day, Cam. Thanks for the correction there. Thorp didn't play in our World Champs team in 2016. Must have been 2017 he played Worlds, did he?
Thorpe?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So,
yeah, he went at the same time that Jack Phillips went when he was in Canberra, so not sure what year that was.
17, must have been 17.
So, this is a third opportunity Chris has had, and he's landed nice here. He's going to have the line that this white's going to be coming in towards that yellow is going to be straight towards yellow, so he's got a fair bit of room to work with here. Oh wow.
He's still got it, but he's probably over a little bit too far.
He's off. I thought he got a plate on the low side of the black.
He's going to have to play this some right-hand side.
That's on, but it's...
Yeah, he plays some right-hand side.
But the white might slide up right up over the table here. Oh.
You've got to make it first.
Yeah, so Jason got a snooker here. That's just... I don't think he can get the snooker and then block the up and down. He's got to play. He's got to get the white to the right a fair bit to avoid the up and down.
Yeah.
Then he's risking missing the snooker. I think he's just got to roll onto this. Yeah.
Time for seat.
I'm not sure whether he wants to brush it that way because it might go a little bit too quick for him.
It's a bit firm. Has he left a gap?
Yep, looks like it. Looks like he's left a gap.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't think he has left a gap. The up and downs there, which he couldn't get both results there. He couldn't stop the up and down.
Even that up and down. Even that up and down.
If he plays up and down pocket weight, he'll be right. We're going to change views here by the look at this. Oh.
He's saying it's empty. I reckon there's a gap.
I reckon that goes.
I reckon there's a gap there. Hang on, I'll get my thing out. I'll get my snooker checker out.
Okay. I don't like that shot at all either.
That wasn't real clever.
And for starters, he hasn't landed right on the red.
Yeah.
Right, if he was going to play that shot, he needed to land right on the red.
Yeah, so he had nowhere else to go but put it into the yellow.
So he can either hit on the right-hand side of the red, but they're both just going to go around the table, basically.
Yeah,
or
he
come
off the bottom
rail is probably a shot. Unless he can play this to just miss the yellow. Yeah, but it's a tricky shot. I'll be coming off the top rail. Actually, let's have a look at the table. Yeah, he's got to play this too firm. He's got a result, has he? He's got half a result. He's got an opportunity. So he's got control of white here.
He makes this as he's got a natural progression coming around. So off the top, off the side, and maybe over to the left-hand side of the pocket.
I think he's actually got to play with a touch of right-hand side because the white's going to go very close to the middle pocket. So just with a touch of right-hand side to just...
So he needs to come there
yeah.
Back over to the left-hand side, the left-hand side of the table.
Black into the left middle.
Yeah.
Or he might play it a fair bit firmer and come right around off three rails, maybe.
That's a super shot. Yeah.
I can't quite see.
He's got it up the top.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Dead on up the top.
So, yeah,
This is like the great escape if he gets up and wins
it
there.
is. So, again, knowing playing with JT a lot, he would have already put this in the back of the pocket in the top corner. But
Because he's taking his time.
he's taking his time. That's a lot of pressure. But I'll back him to get this. Yes.
Hill.
We need a drink. Oh,
Yeah.
get Andy one as well. Northern, thanks, mate.
It's much insane.
Wow. Hill. So,
I'll get it for you if you're having a glass of water. Bit ordinary.
I think you're right. If JT gets away with this, it is the great escape. He definitely hasn't. I don't think, no disrespect, he hasn't played back into the match. They're both just been very, very nervy. They both want the win, obviously, but this is where you don't want to dump the white. That's a big break. That's a great break.
That's a yellow-red.
But you know, he's got a starter. He's got the long red to the corner. Yellows aren't too bad either, except for the one that's probably closest to the black's a bit awkward.
He might even...
I think he might go yellows here.
Every time I play you, that's where I get called out.
So I don't know if he's playing confidently enough to play that long red to the corner. Even though that's the right shot, and you can just stop it or come back an inch or two, and then you've got the red.
One of the two's in the red, in the middle. Yeah, in the
Or
middle
you
right.
got the red near the yellow and the black to the top right hand corner. So yeah, he's got the choice to go yellows and have an easy starter, and which I think is what he's going to do. I don't know if that red that's a little bit higher. Sorry, the yellow that's a little bit higher and closest to the black. I'm not sure if that goes past the red as well. I think it does, looking at the table.
Thanks, mate. Should have given you my card.
So the yellow obviously goes. It's thousands. So I'm wondering if that yellow that's closest to the black actually slides past that red into the top left-hand corner. I'm not sure if it does, but that's obviously his trouble ball. I reckon it does. I reckon that yellow is on. Or is he going to lay this up? No. Oh, that's... If that yellow's on, now's the time to play it because he's landed sweet on it.
And he's looking at it.
Yeah, he's got to go for it.
Yeah.
I think even if it's not on, even if he can cover it.
Just cover the pocket, yeah. Well, he's not too confident about it.
So I don't know what his plan of attack is here.
I think he's going to actually try and kick that middle yellow off that red that's blocking.
So the yellow goes on the right hand
this
middle.
one here.
Yeah.
So that off the red. So this yellow that's in the middle of the table, kick it off the red that's on the left hand cushion, and then that gives him full. That gives him full shot of that yellow near the red down into this bottom left.
Is this fine enough to actually play into the yellow?
And play into the yellow as well, yeah.
Yep, it was.
Oh,
Stiff.
that hurts. That hurts.
That's stiff. I think he's actually snookered.
No, I think you can actually see a little bit of that yellow. You can see the left-hand side of the yellow, but if he hits it, it's in off. Yeah.
Can we update the score from here?
Can we?
So it's 4-all, isn't it?
Yeah. And 4-all over here. 4-all.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh it's going off pool stat. They just haven't updated pool stat.
They haven't updated the pool stat. Okay, so the players are a bit slack. We've got the technology, but the players aren't using it.
Yeah. So does Chris just come off the side rail and hit the yellow? Because he's going to leave. If he comes off the side rail, hits the yellow full, obviously hits a rail, he's going to leave it reasonably awkward for JT. He's going to have a cut to the middle. But playing that shot, obviously Chris is probably going to probably kill the yellow a little bit as well.
I think he might actually. Oh yeah.
Soft swerve maybe.
Because you can see it.
Yeah, soft swerve. He's got a lot of room, a lot of distance to get around it. Yeah, not enough. So JT has got a massive opportunity here.
Yeah.
His hardest shot's probably his first one. So I think he needs to just get down and play this shot and back himself.
Yeah.
So there's no other shot there.
Yeah, so he's going to play the furthest right hand into the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's on the screen. It actually doesn't look too difficult, but it is actually he's on the rail as well, and if he misses, the game's over. So he's doubting himself right now. So he's just got to just back himself.
There you go, people. Even at this level, that players do get a little bit sphincted.
Just missed it by a mile.
Wow.
Yeah.
He doesn't look confident.
No, he was never confident. He didn't want to play that shot. Yeah, he was just doubting himself too much.
Well, you need to get into his ear overnight, mate, before tomorrow.
Yeah, to be honest, a lot of us are doing that today. Just not backing ourselves. Like.
I was talking to Donna Marie earlier today, and it's her first titles. First 8-ball titles, and I said, there you go, she's terrible. I said, why? And she goes, I just don't know what I'm doing. I said, well, how did you get here? She said, what do you mean? I said, well, you must have played some good pool to make a stateside, because Western Australia got pretty good women running around. And it was a matter of saying, right, just go back.
What did you do there?
What did you do there? Forget about what you've done up until now, and go back and do what you've done to make it here. And she seemed pretty comfortable with that. So it'll be interesting to see how she goes tomorrow.
Yeah, well, good luck to her.
And look, it might even be the same with Jason. You know, he's just having a bad try, and you need somebody just to pick him up out of there. And you don't have to do it with rah-rahs.
Wow. So Chris has got away with it. 5-4.
Righto, ladies, you can come back on the...
All right. We've been booted off because Dan needs to do stuff.
All right.
Thanks for listening, guys. And
thanks, Matt.
See you later.
Cheers.
On table 1, Ollie Malua. Country Pool, table 1. Table 2, Carol Nunn. Match. Number 2. Please come to the admin to collect your tablet. Thank you.
That doesn't count.
Come on, mate, you have to camera time.
You got to be